Hello, everyone. I hope you guys are having a great day. I have some books for you today. I had some great books on space, and I just remembered that I haven't taken video of me reading them to you. So we're going to start with this one. You guys all know who that is, right? Who is that? That is Peppa Pig. This one is about Peppa in space. All right. Peppa in Space is published by Scholastic. Let's see if I can find the author. Let's see, it says adapted by Reika Chan. So I'm going to say she's the author. So don't forget, this part of the book is the front, this part is the back, and this part is the spine. Okay? So Peppa Pig in Space. It's a sunny day, and Peppa is playing with her bouncy ball outside. George and his friend Edmund Elephant are playing with their space toys, and they are pretending that they are on the moon. Look at that. That's pretty awesome, right? Mummy and Daddy Pig have an idea. There is a show at the museum about the moon and space, and they all go to see it. But Peppa is nervous. She doesn't want to go to the moon. Will we really have to go to the moon? Peppa asks. No, Peppa, Daddy Pig says. We are not going to the moon. We are going to the museum. Mrs. Rabbit gives Mummy Pig 5 tickets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tickets. Enjoy your trip to the moon, Mrs. Rabbit says. And Peppa is confused. She thought they were going to the museum, not to the moon. You see Peppa dressed up in her astronaut suit? Or no, I'm sorry, this is Peppa. Told you wrong. See, I don't watch the show. Then Mr. Rabbit leads Peppa and her family onto a rocket ship. Peppa thinks it looks real. Mr. Rabbit even puts on a helmet like a real astronaut. But Mr. Rabbit reminds her that it is only pretend. What planet does this look like up here? Give you a hint. It's my favorite planet. Do you guys remember? It's Jupiter. All right, ready? In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off. They get ready to blast off. On the first stop of the tour, Mr. Rabbit explains there are 8 planets that go around the sun. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Peppa and everyone she knows live on Earth. Some planets are made of rock, some planets are made of ice, and some planets are made of gas. What planet do you think this is over here? I think it looks like Saturn. The next stop on the tour is a big room with a moon. If this was the real moon, you could jump over my head, Mr. Rabbit says. Gravity is what keeps us on the ground, explains Mr. Rabbit. It is weaker on the moon, so you can jump higher. Peppa is impressed. So if you were on the moon, you could probably jump way super high, like maybe as tall as a building. That would be pretty cool. Mr. Rabbit straps everyone into the anti-gravity rubber bands, and they bounce high into the air as if they are on the moon. It is a lot of fun. Say, moon cheese, Mrs. Rabbit says as she snaps a photo. Moon cheese, everyone says. The tour is over, but Peppa still has many questions. Are there trees on the moon? She asks. No, Mr. Rabbit answers. Are there any cars on the moon? Peppa asks. No, says Mr. Rabbit. But are there any moon shops? Peppa asks. No, Mr. Rabbit answers. That would be silly. Why would that be silly? To have shops? Because nobody lives on the moon, silly. Peppa, her family, and Edmund enter the museum shop. Welcome to the moon shop, says Mr. Rabbit. The moon shop sells many things. Daddy Pig buys a piece of moon cheese. Mmm, the moon is very tasty, he says. But the moon is not really made of cheese. It is made of rock. Everyone giggles, and they like their picture. Picture where they say moon cheese. Peppa, George, Edmund, Mummy Pig, and Daddy Pig have all had a fun day at the museum and in space. And these are some really cool space pictures, or stickers, I'm sorry, that I had actually planned to give to you guys, but man, this quarantine is really kicking my butt. I hope you guys enjoyed reading about Peppa Pig. She goes to the museum and they pretend to go to the moon. It's pretty cool, right? All right. I hope to see you guys next time. Bye.